You know that feeling when you look at an old map and just get lost in the history? Well, what if I told you that passion could actually be a business? That's exactly what we're going to dive into. We're going to chart a course for how you, even if you're a total beginner, can turn that love for antique maps into a real, successful online shop.
I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? History you can hang on a wall. It's not just a piece of paper. No way. It's a story. It's art. It's a direct link to the past. People buy these with their hearts, and you have to get that if you want to sell them.
Okay, so that's the big question, right? It's awesome to be passionate about this stuff, but how do you actually make money doing it? Online. Well, that's what this is all about. Let's lay out the exact steps you need to take to go from map lover to trusted seller. Right, first things first. Before you even think about listing a map, you've got to know who's on the other side of the screen. Who is actually buying these things? Because, trust me, it's probably not who you think. And figuring this out, it's the secret to writing descriptions that actually sell.
So let's break it down. You've basically got four types of buyers. First, the collectors. They want all the details, authenticity, condition, the nitty-gritty. Then you've got your design buyers. They're thinking, how will this look above my sofa? It's all about aesthetics. Gift buyers, they're looking for something with meaning, something special. And finally, the history lovers. They're buying the story behind the map. The key thing here is your listing has to appeal to all of them in different ways.
Okay, you know who you're selling to. Now, where do you actually find these incredible maps? Let's talk about sourcing your stock. And even more important, how to figure out what you're really looking at. Because in this world, authenticity is absolutely everything. This is maybe the most important slide we'll look at. You have to know the difference here. Original antique, that means it was printed back in the day. Later reprint, kind of tricky. It might use the old printing plate, but it was printed much later. And modern reproduction is exactly what it sounds like, a brand new copy. If you get these wrong, you're going to have a bad time with returns and bad reviews. So the number one rule is always, always be clear and honest. So where's the treasure hunt? Well, it can start almost anywhere. I've had amazing finds at estate sales, house clearances. Auctions can be gold mines for getting a bunch of maps at once. Antique fairs, okay, they can be pricier, but the quality is usually top-notch. The game is always the same, though. You're looking for good stuff you can buy low and sell for a fair profit. Okay, pro tip. Before you pull the trigger and buy anything, you need to run through this mental checklist every single time. 1. Authenticity. Does the paper feel right? Can you see a plate mark? 2. Condition. Look for tears, stains, that brownish speckling called foxing. 3. Margins. Are they nice and wide or have they been trimmed down? 4. Coloring. Is it original or added later? And 5, and this is a big one, demand. Is it a map of a place people actually care about? Seriously, a map of a specific county or city will sell 10 times faster than some random, generic old map. Trust me. All right, so you've sourced some amazing maps. Awesome. Now comes the fun part. How do you actually sell them? We're talking pricing and, more importantly, presentation. A great listing isn't just a price tag. It's about telling a story and making your buyer feel totally confident. Let's get into it. I love this price ladder idea. It's a super simple way to think about your inventory. At the bottom, you have your entry-level maps. Think small pages from an old atlas. They make perfect, affordable gifts. In the middle, the mid-tier. Maybe a nice, larger county map with beautiful hand coloring. And at the top, you've got your premium stuff. The big, impressive wall maps, the rare sea charts. Understanding which ladder rung your map is on is crucial for pricing it correctly. Look, if you want to look like a pro, consistency is everything. Every single one of your listings should have this basic info, no exceptions. The full title, who the mapmaker was, the date, the size, and super detailed condition notes. But here's where you can really shine. Don't just list the facts like a robot. Weave them into a story. Who was this mapmaker? What was going on in the world when this map was made? That's the stuff that grabs those history lovers we talked about earlier. Listen up, because this is probably the single most important rule for selling antiques online. Buyers forgive age. They don't forgive surprises. Think about that. People expect an old map to have some wear and tear, a little tear, some foxing. That's part of its charm, its history. But what they won't forgive is you hiding it. A surprise flaw is a recipe for a return and a bad review, period. Okay, let's talk photos. Your pictures are your evidence. They back up everything you've said. So here's what you do.
First, get a clear shot of the entire map. Then zoom in on the cool details, the cartouche, the compass rose. But then, and this is crucial, zoom in on the flaws you just described. Show them that little tear. And finally, always include one photo with a ruler or a coin so people can see the scale. When you do all this, you're basically shouting, "I've got nothing to hide," and buyers love that.
So, you know how to find maps, identify them, price them, and present them in a listing. But where do all these amazing listings live? That's what we're talking about now. Your online shop, your digital gallery. You have to remember, people buying valuable antiques online are naturally cautious. Your website has to scream professional and trustworthy. And it's so true. Think about it. If you walked into a physical antique shop and it was a total mess, stuff everywhere, disorganized, dusty, would you feel comfortable spending a lot of money? Probably not. It's the same online. A messy, unprofessional site makes people hesitate. They'll just leave. Your website is your handshake. It's your first impression of credibility. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oh no, I'm not a web designer. This is going to be complicated and expensive. But it really doesn't have to be. There are services out there built for people just like you. And the entry point can be surprisingly affordable. We're talking something like £99 for an entire year. And for that price, you're not just getting a blank template. A good service will pack in a ton of value. They'll often build the basic store for you, get you a free domain name, give you a professional email address, and the big one, a lot of them take zero commission on your sales. Plus, you get support so you're never flying solo. So what's the bottom line here? It's that services like this exist to take the whole tech headache off your plate. They build the shop for you fast so you can focus on what you're actually good at, finding and researching incredible maps. It's about getting you looking like a pro and ready to sell without the stress. Okay, let's put this all together. Enough theory, it's time for an actual action plan. This is your roadmap to getting those first amazing sales. Let's do this. It really boils down to 4 simple steps to get your first 25 sales. Ready? Step 1, don't start with obscure stuff. Sell maps of popular places, cities, counties where you know people are looking. Step 2, get that consistent professional look on every single listing. Step 3, price things realistically. Do your homework, don't just guess. And step 4, make it dead simple for people to give you their money. A clean, easy checkout is a must. You do these 4 things and you're going to see results. And here's a final cheat sheet to keep you on the straight and narrow. The do this, not that of map selling. Don't call a reproduction antique. That's a huge no-no. Don't get lazy and skip photos of flaws. And for the love of all that is holy, don't just throw it in a flimsy envelope. A damaged map is a lost sale every time. Instead, be super clear, show everything, and pack it like it's a priceless artifact. Because it is. Following these best practices will save you a world of pain, I promise. You know, this quote just brings it all home so perfectly. The maps themselves are the stars of the show. They're already fascinating. You don't have to be some slick salesperson. Your job is just to be the trustworthy guide, the curator who presents them beautifully and makes it super easy and safe for someone to bring that piece of history into their own home. So there you have it. That's the playbook. From that first exciting find to launching your very own trusted online shop. The only real question left is, what piece of history are you going to be the one to share with the world? Now go find it.